How you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be teaching our sits. It's going to be a little series that I do. We're going to teach all of your basic obedience with this little one right here. This is my demo dog DiCapri. We're going to be teaching our sits, our downs, our stays, our walking, and everything else step by step just for you guys, right? So today was going to be our first step into teaching our basic obedience, and that's going to be our sit. So what you want to start with your sit is that you want to make sure that you have your terminal marker or your positive reinforcement marker. That can be your YES or that can be your clicker, right? Something to let the dog know that the exercise is over. You can come to me and get a reward for it, right? And the next thing you want to do is have a reinforcer. So with DiCapri, we have her food. This is her existential food. This means that this is the food that she normally eats. We don't use treats with her, right? So this right here is her lunch / breakfast. So this is her job. Her job as a demo dog is to help me teach you guys how to train dogs, right? So she is going to be what we use to go step by step doing this, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to teach our sit. So what I like to do is that I have 2 collars for her. One collar meaning that she will not get any type of rewards, no food, no toys, nothing that she finds reinforcing. So she knows that never to expect it or to work for something that she knows she's not going to get. So she has her thin, it's like an orange and yellow, very thin collar. This collar, when this one's on, that means it's time to work. That means she's going to get reinforced for everything that she gets. That means she has to work for everything, right? So she knows that when this comes on, food is coming, right? So that's going to be her activator. I really want you guys to try to work on creating an activator for your dog. So it can be, I know some trainers go, are you ready? Some people say, let's play, let's go. Whatever to let your dog know that it's time to work, right? So when I put this on her, she's going to be ready to work. She's going to be very motivated to see what you want to do. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? So step 1, you have your terminal marker charged. So that's going to be your yes or your clicker. She saw me pick up my marker, so she came right over here. But either your yes or your clicker. And next, have an activator for your training, right? So let's get started. So what I'm doing is I'm taking off the collar. That means nothing's coming to you, right? And we're putting on the collar to let her know it's time to work. Working collar is on. Took the non-working collar off. We have our terminal marker, we have our treats, right? Or our existential food, whichever one you want to work with. So the first step is to take your food, and we're going to do a technique that's called luring. What luring is we take the food and we manipulate the dog's nose to do what we want the body to do, right? So for example, if I want her to sit, I'll put the food in her face, take her nose. If I want her to sit, I want her butt to go down, right? So I'll lift her head up, her butt goes down. If I want to sit, her butt goes down. As soon as she gives me what I want, I'll click and I'll reward her. One more time. Get you untangled here. I'll take the food in my hand. So this is how I'm taking the food in my hand, right? So it's a handful right here, and I'll cover it up with my thumb. So I'll take it, I'll show her that I have food. I'll bring her face up, her butt goes down. She gives me what I want, click, release. Now she knows that every time she hears that click, that what she was doing in that moment is what got her rewarded. So what that's gonna do is increase the frequency and likelihood of her doing it again. So once we get it to where she starts to kind of figure out that hand movement that hand movement means, oh, I'll do this and this is what I get, right? So she knows that to get paid in this situation, she has to follow the hand, right? So she gets the concept. So this will take a bunch of reps. So do not rush yourself. Don't think that you're not getting it. It's very simple. Not every dog gets it as quickly, right? So this will take a couple reps. She's been doing it since she was 9 weeks old, 8 weeks old. So it's kind of just in her right now, right? So then your next step, once we have it to where she's following it and she'll even offer it. So if I just stand here and I look at her, some type of behavior, it's hot as hell outside right now, so she doesn't really There we go, right there. That's what I wanted. So she would rather lay down, right? I didn't give her a command. I didn't lure her to do anything. So she kind of just did what she wanted. But at the same time, she offered me a behavior because she also knows her down, right? So then once we have it to where they're offering us the behavior, we now want to start to name it, right? So normally you would name your sit, right? So all of her commands are in Russian. So with an American and Texan accent, I say sit in Russian as sidit, right? So when I say it, she does it, right? So now we're doing the same thing, but before we do the action of luring her, we're going to say what we want to name it, do our motion, she does it, click release, right? So for example, here we go. Sidit, good girl. Right? So she already kind of knows the command, so it's like clockwork with her. She's like, yeah, dad, whatever, okay, cool. Right? It's hot, let's go get some shade, right? Sidit, beautiful. That's what I like to see. So now, when you're getting it when you're at this point, now you want to start only marking the ones that you like, right? So with that last one, I didn't really like how her right leg's kind of cocked out like that. It's a real bad bulldog thing that all bulldogs kind of do, as much laziness as possible. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get her to stop sniffing, and we're gonna mark when we really like. Sidit, that was beautiful, right? So her legs were in nice and tight. She's giving me eye contact, chest up. She's not slouching. She's not like, do I down? Do I sit? Do I spin around? What do I do? She knew exactly what I asked her for. I used my lure to show her what I was asking her for. I marked it and rewarded it. Let's do it one more time. Oh, sorry. Sidit. Good girl. Beautiful. And this will take, let's not try to put a number. Sidit. Don't think of it as a number. Think of it as a progression, right? So this whole thing, all dog training is a journey. You really don't want to see it as, let's get to the end, let's get to the end, let's get to the end. That's not really what dog training is about. Dog training is about very small, very little progression steps, right? So she doesn't really know. So if I give her so if I just give her the command, because I use a technique called free shaping, we'll get to that in another video, but I use free shaping, which meant that I didn't really help her do that. So what we're doing is luring, which is showing them what I want them to do, right? I did free shaping to where I just stood here and I looked at her, right? And she's kind of like, was like, okay, what are we looking at? Then she sat down, was like, well, if we're just gonna stare at each other, I'm gonna sit down, and I marked it right there when she sat down, right? She walked away from me, so I clicked to bring her back. Oh, good girl. We'll get to recalls also in another video, but do not stress yourself out about not getting it as quickly. I cannot stress that enough, right? This will take upwards to 600 to 700 reps to get it. You're 100 yards away and you yell SIT and your dog puts his butt on the ground from over there, right? So don't expect too much from your dog. Take it slow, enjoy the journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.